It's our weekly visit with Jacksonville State head volleyball coach Joseph Goodson. His ladies start Ohio Valley Conference play this weekend. They're going to Austin Peay to play on Friday night, then Saturday on to Murray, and then next Tuesday it wraps up that three-game road trip to start league play in Cookeville, Tennessee against Tennessee Tech. All right, backtrack for a moment here. You knew you were going probably to the best tournament, the toughest field you'd played against when you went to Purdue last weekend, West Lafayette, Indiana. Unfortunately, you lost all three matches, but did you see some things there? Did you play well in spots where you can build upon that? Oh,
absolutely. Played in spots. Played some of the best volleyball, all year long. We played three very good sets against Purdue, a set and a half against Bowling Green, a set against UAB. Just a little inconsistent right now, but the pieces are there. There's no question about that. Our record, 6-8 record notwithstanding, I'm pretty confident going into Friday.
Do you like then where you're at this point in time with the 6-win, 8-loss record? Do you feel that you're ready to get to conference play?
I do. The scheduling worked out in terms of the teams that we played. Most of the teams that we've seen will be like what we see in the OVC. Given our youth, relative inexperience in some spots, we've had some people grow up, kind of right away. Our returners are more comfortable, more confident, and so understanding our systems better. And so I'm excited. I'm really excited.
I think as I looked at some of the stuff in the OVC, you actually have the second best win-loss record heading into conference play this weekend.
Yeah, we were first until this past weekend, but yeah, we're in a good place. And sort of looking at our scheduling compared to some of the other teams in the OVC, I felt like we'd been as competitive, if not more competitive, in terms of the teams that we've played, getting us ready. And so, again, to be redundant, but I think we're in a good place. I really do.
Well, playing on the road shouldn't be a big deal because you've been on the road the entire season. And oddly enough, the way the schedule falls from the OVC, the first three on the road then.
Yeah, and I think that's going to serve us well. I really do. The girls now are accustomed to wake up, get on the bus, get your blanket and your pillow, take a nap, wake up, watch a movie, do some homework, sleep in an insane bed or different beds, excuse me. The girls they're used to it now, and so it's not going to be a new thing for us. And again, as I've said previously, you have to win on the road. If you're going to win the OVC championship, if you're going to make it to the final, you have to be able to win on the road. And so we're comfortable being on the road.
Austin Peay Friday, Murray State Saturday, Friday night at Austin Peay, then Saturday afternoon at Murray. Do you know much about them right now, or do you really worry about them and just more worried about Jacksonville State?
This is where we start to get into the transition because we've got video now on these schools. Ryan Morgan and myself would do watching a lot of video. You don't have that opportunity during preseason, and you're not as concerned with the other teams in terms of making adjustments. But we'll have a pretty good amount of video, pretty familiar with both teams. The conference is going to be pretty close this year because no one lost very much in terms of graduation. And so what's interesting is that Austin Peay, very similar to Bowling Green, going to kind of live and die with their outside hitters. They have a left-handed girl on the right side. Setter's not very big, but they play hard. They scrap. They've got a new coach, so they're going through a little bit of a transition there. But I think we match up really well.
For you personally, your second year now at Jacksonville State, second year in the league, is it going to be a little bit easier for you, so to speak, in the OVC, knowing a little bit more about each of your opponents now?
Absolutely. I think that one of my strengths as a coach is preparation and evaluation. And so, give me 2 looks at you, and I get real comfortable knowing what you're capable of. I know that it's my sports medicine background, understanding kind of how the human body works, and I watch a team, and watch a player, 2 or 3 times, and I have a really good idea what you're capable of. Now that I've seen all the programs, you've seen the underclassmen, last year, that'll be the upperclassmen this year. I have a really good handle, on kind of what's out there and how to defeat it.
All right, thank you, sir. Appreciate the time. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.
Jacksonville State coach Joe Goodson, his ladies getting ready for the start of OVC play Friday night at Austin Peay, Saturday at Murray State, and then next Tuesday night they'll be on the road at Cookeville, Tennessee. The first home match finally will be September the 29th, 7 p.m. here at Pete Matthews Coliseum. They'll be hosting Southeast Missouri State. We're going to visit with Kelly Cole, junior member of the Jacksonville State volleyball team. She's out of Mishawaka, Indiana, defensive specialist for the Gamecocks. All right, you get ready for the start of OVC play. I know y'all are excited about that.
Yes, we are.
The tournaments you've played in so far, you've played some very good competition, haven't you?
Yes, we've played really, really talented teams, and I think even though we didn't always win, we rose up to the challenge, and we've learned a lot. We've learned, the things that we need to show up to play and things like that, and we've just learned that, no matter who's on the other side of the net, you only worry about your side. You don't worry about the other side of the net. As long as we play our game, then we should be winning.
The tournament this past weekend at Purdue and West Lafayette, Indiana, the 3 teams you played there, were they the best 3 teams in one tournament you think you've seen this year?
I would say so. I mean, they're all pretty well-known teams. Like, people know who they are, but I don't know. Sorry. I just think that, we showed up to play, and, sometimes, things don't always go your way. And I think that when you do play those better teams, that, it can kind of wear and tear at you, but that just playing those better teams will make us that much more competitive in the OVC.
All right, defensive specialist. Tell us what the defensive specialist is.
Well, you either have a defensive specialist or a libero, and I've been playing kind of both this year. So your libero goes in generally for both your middles, and it doesn't count as a substitution.
And they wear a different color jersey.
They wear a different color jersey, so you know who they are. And a defensive specialist generally goes in for a front row player that is very good in the front row, but might struggle a little bit in the back row, and you just want more defense. I'm a defensive specialist, but defense is what helps you win games.
So you're basically just playing back row all the time, right?
All the time. I don't hit. I don't go up there. So
you do hit because you serve, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, serving. You definitely want your libero and your defensive specialist to be able to serve tough, because you bring them into the match. You want them to be able to change the tide of the match. So.
All right, we talked OVC play starts this week, Friday at Austin Peay, Saturday at Murray. Then next week you go to Tennessee Tech. You're one of the veterans as a junior. Yep. You've got some youngsters, some freshmen on the team. Do the veterans, have you started talking with them already this week about OVC and maybe how it's going to be a little bit different? They know a little bit more about you and how important these matches are?
Yeah, we actually have started talking about the OVC from the very first tournament. Every single tournament we play, it's, what do we need to do to improve so that we are doing well in the OVC? And that's the point of the first couple of tournaments is, hey, this is when you get your nerves out, get the jitters out, and this is where, you really realize that, like, these are the things I need to do in order to beat teams in the OVC. And, yeah, you definitely know teams. You definitely know the girls on the team. I have a really good friend that I played with in high school that goes to EKU. And they do know you, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter preseason polls. It doesn't matter. Whoever shows up to play that day is going to win.
All right. I mentioned earlier you're from Mishawaka, Indiana.
Yes.
Tell us where Mishawaka, Indiana is and how you ended up at Jacksonville State.
Okay. Well, Mishawaka, Indiana is right next to South Bend, which is a little more well-known because of Notre Dame. And I lived about 10, 15 minutes from Notre Dame. And I just ended up at Jacksonville. I played club for some pretty well-known teams. I played for Dunes Volleyball Club, and then my senior year, I actually played for the Notre Dame assistant coach, created like a regional team, and the volleyball coach that is, and he it was like 12 of us, and we all played against each other in high school but had never played club together. And so that was interesting, but that we were a very competitive team. And really, you just travel to these tournaments. We traveled to Indianapolis, we traveled to Atlanta, we traveled to Orlando. You just travel, and all the coaches come to those tournaments, and that's just how I got seen, and that's how I got recruited and ended up here.
Did you know where Jacksonville, Alabama was?
No. But actually, Jacksonville, I will say this, when I came onto Jacksonville State's campus, I knew I was going to come here. I absolutely love this school so much. And you could ask my mom. She said she saw the look on my face and she knew I was coming here. And I knew I was coming here. I told the coach I was coming here, whether he liked it or not. So.
Well, good deal. It's worked out pretty well for you, hasn't it? Great.
So.
Well, good luck this weekend. Austin Peay, Murray State getting started in OVC play.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Kelly Cole, Jacksonville State defensive specialist, visiting with us. Again, the ladies opening up OVC play on the road at Austin Peay Friday night, then Saturday at Murray State, and then next Tuesday at Tennessee Tech. And again, a reminder, the first home match of the year finally will be September the 29th here when they'll host Southeast Missouri State at 7 p.m. Remember, free admission for all Jacksonville State volleyball.